third most expensive spice in the world, behind saffron and vanilla, is right here. It's the pollen of the fennel plant. So I decided to grow my own. And you can too, even in a New York City apartment. So here's what you do. You go to the garden store and you find yourself a fennel plant. But if you can find a shop run by Italians, they're definitely gonna have one. But you're not gonna pick the fennel, you're gonna let them overgrow. And these stalks are eventually going to bloom late in the season. Bees are gonna love them because these little blooms are super, super fragrant. And that's what we're gonna harvest. Note, once it starts blooming, get ready to clip every day because new blossoms are gonna form. As soon as you can cut them, more are gonna grow back. I like to clip them off in clusters and not worry about them individually because we're gonna have to dry them. So once you get them inside the house, find a place they'll be undisturbed so they can dry. You'll know they're ready because they'll look like this and they will be brittle to the touch. Now comes the actual pollen harvest. All those little beautiful bits of pollen have now dried up and you can separate the stems from the pollen dust. I like to use gloves for this so that I don't waste any of the pollen sticking to my fingers. This may look a little tedious, but I promise you it's worth it. Once you've got all those little buds sorted, I like to run it through a couple of different strainers. It makes it just easier to get to the pollen and get rid of those stalks. A couple passes later, and you're left with pure pollen. The last step is to put it into a coffee grinder or a spice grinder if you have one, and give it a good zippity-do. Now you may be saying there's some stalks in there and there's some other things. I'm not a purist, so it's fine for me. But if you want, you can pull all of them out, even those little green parts. And then you're left with this beautiful dust that is excellent on top of pasta or vegetables as a finisher before you serve. One plant yields a whole lot of pollen. And remember, an ounce of this stuff costs $30. So for the cost of the plant, which might be $4, you get yourself $40 to $50 of fennel pollen. Delight your friends at a dinner party, woo your family the next time your parents come over. This is one of my favorite ingredients, and now that I can get it virtually for free, I use it on everything. Drop me a comment if you like videos like this instead of the red sauce stuff. Of course, give me a like, give me a follow. But right now, I got a little leftover pasta, and guess what? We're gonna go dust it.